From the studios of WFN in New York and simulcast across the country on the YES Network, this is Mic'd Up. Francesor on the Fan on this busy Friday, Father's Day weekend, the 19th day of June. I actually saw the sun for about 5 minutes today. We got a lot to do. I thought we were going to open the show with David Fay, who is the executive director of the USGA at the top. Now we had to back him up a little while. He had to change his time. You're halfway home with that. They now have agreed, after first saying that you had yesterday's tickets, you get nothing. Now they're saying they'll honor those tickets for Monday. And there most likely is going to be Monday golf. It looks like. It's not guaranteed yet, but it looks like that because they're expecting more rain tomorrow. But that's not enough. We're going to talk to him. I think there's a couple other things they need to do. Either refund the tickets or let people come in over the weekend. And if they stagger it over the whole weekend, they won't have any, rush of people in there. A lot of people have tickets for all 4 days anyway. We're talking about the people who only bought single-day seats. But they first said they were going to do nothing. They've backed off that and now have allowed yesterday's ticket holders to go Monday, which will be the final day. It will be championship day if there, is a Monday. And if it's not a Monday, they say tough luck. But I think that's no fair. If it's not a Monday, I think they got to refund the tickets. But we'll chat with them. We were going to open a show with them at 105. He's not here. He had to back it up. So we'll get him sometime early in the program here. We do have Tom Coughlin booked at 2. We have Joe Girardi booked at 5. We got tickets to give away from yesterday for Father's Day. We will do that early in the show. We have another set to give away for the Cardinals front row seats for next Tuesday. We'll do that during our show today, so we have a lot of other things to give away, too, on this Father's Day weekend. I'm going to open up with the Yankees. And I'll tell you have to be, if you're a Yankee fan, utterly disgusted. Now, a lot of people have wrongly blamed the Yankees for that rain delay yesterday. It's not the Yankees' fault. Last time in, that is a league decision. That is in the hands of the umpires and the league. It's not a Yankee decision, so you can't blame the Yankees. And the Yankees almost did it exactly right yesterday by giving extra tickets away. And the Yankees have always been good in this regard. When they've made people sit through rain delays, they've always taken care of them. They let everybody come downstairs yesterday. They should have let them come down and sit wherever they wanted, including in the moat area. They should have been allowed to sit wherever they wanted, not just downstairs in the lower deck, anywhere. But they did do some nice things yesterday. They gave them extra seats. And like I said, the Yankees have always been good in that regard when they've hung people up over long rain delays and everything. They've never done it wrong. That's always been a good trait by the Yankees. Now, let's get to the team on the field. I watched the last 5 innings of this. By the time I got home, the game was ready in the 4th inning because the Yankees were playing like, you know what? They had a plane waiting on a tarmac. They swung at the first pitch every at bat. The kid threw 60, and this kid's not any good. I mean, listen, Lannon's good. I've seen Stammen pitch. I saw him give up 5 runs to the Mets in the first inning last time I saw him. This guy doesn't have really anything to talk about, and he doesn't have good stuff. And he came in with a 6 ERA last night, and he had never won a game. And the Yankees either swung at the first pitch or got themselves out time after time, and then they thought once they got to the 7th inning, they'd flick the switch and win the game, and it didn't happen. But the Yankees mailed in the first 6 innings, didn't even give an effort. Didn't even show up until the 7th inning. And then when they did, they couldn't make a play. The kid Harris robbed A-Rod. Matsui had a terrible at-bat, second and third, 1 out against Valone. And then Jeter got robbed by the shortstop with the bases loaded, pinch hitting. And there went their really only opportunity of the game. Gardner did make a great catch, but the game was already over when he made that catch. Thankfully, he's not hurt. He did make a wonderful catch. But here's the bottom line. If you're the Yankees, you have to be embarrassed. You have to be ashamed. I mean, hide your heads. I'm surprised that Girardi wasn't knocking things over last night. He didn't even seem upset. How can you possibly lose 2 games to that team? That team came in, and people were wondering about whether the games would even be, able to be watched after the Yankees did what they did to Santana on Sunday. And you can't tell me the Yankees gave any effort against these 3 kids. They did nothing. And I'm so tired of hearing about how they can't hit pitches they've never seen before. So that's all the teams have to do is wheel in some AAA guys. Every time the Yankees are in town, they see another one of those tonight. The idea of the Yankees getting shut out by the Nationals and losing 2 out of 3 games in back-to-back games to a team that was 5-25 in their last 30 games. And it won 6 games on the road this year. And are the worst, hideous team you've ever seen in your life. And the Yankees lost 2 out of 3 and were lucky to win the one they won. The Yankees are 2 plays away of going 1-8 in their last 9 games. The Castillo drop, which was the gift from heaven, And then Duke's in center field in game 1 of this series, where if he doesn't botch 2 balls, Yankees are going to lose that game. They'd be 1-8 last night on their way to Florida. I mean, the Yankees should be embarrassed. They put Java Chamberlain out there. He looks like he belongs in A-ball. I was at the game where he couldn't find a plate, was hitting guys in the foot with the bases loaded. Last night's walking Nationals with the bases loaded. How sick are we of watching Java Chamberlain, who's 0-2 at Yankee Stadium with a 5 ERA? And the only reason he doesn't have a bunch of losses is those are games where the Yankees made, crazy comebacks in a bunch of them. And then you hear, well, why would you put Java back in the 8th inning? He's not throwing hard enough. Well, who did that? How can anybody look at Java Chamberlain, the bewildered Java Chamberlain, who don't know what he's doing out there? Well, they had some great at-bats against me. These are the Nationals. Another run in the first inning. His first inning ERA is 7.8. He walks the ballpark every time he takes the field, and he looks lost out there. No one can tell me this has been good for his development. I'm sorry. I'm tired of hearing it. I don't want to hear it anymore. Now you're hearing, well, if we put him back in the bullpen, we don't know if he'd be like he used to be. So what you've admitted now, if you're Cashman, if you're Girardi, is you have basically taken this wonderful talent who took this city by storm and ruined him. Flat ruined him. Because now Cashman said, well, how do I know he'd go back and throw like he did a couple of years ago? Well, who did this? Who wants to take blame for the mess that is Java Chamberlain right now? And what, Java's ERA is only 3.9. The Yankees never leave Java in a game to get bombed. Never. He never takes a beating. He never takes one for the bullpen. He never, ever is put in a slot where he's going to get pounded like other starters do. And that's the only reason his ERA isn't 5. Because they try to make it as easy for him to get him out of there. Whenever he doesn't work out, they get him out of there as fast as they can, like the Met game. They never make him take a beating, ever. That's the only reason his ERA is under 4. Because they baby the heck out of him and they try to protect his ERA. Because otherwise, why do you run him out of that Met game the other day? Hits 100 pitches, jackpot, he's gone. You watch this year, he'll hit 100 pitches in the 3rd inning. And then on top of it, you watch this team with these at-bats. Swinging the first pitch. This guy's throwing an 88-mile-an-hour fastball right down the middle, getting the Yankees out batter after batter after batter. Can you imagine the Yankees, who bludgeoned Santana on Sunday, lost to these 3 pitches? Scored 4 runs against these 3 starting pitches. 4 runs in 3 games. They scored 7 total runs in the whole series against the worst bullpen in the baseball. They got Valone getting guys out. He didn't even start the season with a team. The Yankees' performance has been putrid. And the only reason everyone isn't going nuts is because Castillo dropped the ball and Dukes played center field like he'd never seen it before. Otherwise, they're 1-8 in their last 9 games as they